Hi guys! Today I wanted to present you another Oracle deck by Sirian Shadow that I just recently picked up. So this is the Shadow of Darkness Oracle cards, and this is a deck that came out in 2023, so like last year, but I only got it. Well, I bought it a while ago. Well, actually, it was my fiance who bought it for me, and I had to pick it up personally, so I had to wait a few months for that. But I finally have it, and I just wanted to show you the cards and talk a little bit about it, and then I will show you also some pairings that, well, one I already tested, and it works very well for me, and the others are looking good, I think. But I didn't test them yet, so I will have to work with them together in the future. So it comes in a magnetic box that opens like this. You have a skull here, you have a quote here, and yeah, that's how it looks. It was printed independently by Sirian himself, but you can get it on Amazon, and I will try to link it below. It's very inexpensive deck. I think I paid like less than $20 for it. So it comes also with a little booklet with some pages of introduction where he's saying like what was the inspiration for the artwork, and it was like the heavy metal culture and the imagery connected to the heavy metal bands and stuff like that, and that he decided to use because this is what kind of reminds him of the shadow side of ourselves. Here you have a little bit about the cleansing, how to use the cards, some meditation for connecting with the cards, and some spreads. 2-card spread, Touched by Darkness. 3-card spread, Face the Darkness. And Through the Darkness, which is a 5-card spread. And here you have the full image of the card. You have 2 keywords for each card, which are not on the card itself, because on the card you only have the title, which is also a keyword, and you have a little, like 2-3 sentences about the meaning of the card. So you pretty much don't need the booklet, because well, it's useful, of course, and I try to always read it, but if I'm in a rush, just those sentences give you enough to just manage to take something for yourself from the reading. So you have like a full page of explanation. Here's the quote from the card, the keywords, and the card. And that's pretty much it for the booklet. There are 44 cards in the deck, and all of them are this kind of like heavy metal style of artwork. So here you have amalgamate. You have a lot of skulls, skeletons, and stuff like that. Stuck, guarded, defeat, deficiency, awakening, power, nonconformist, distracted, protection, confusion, fortitude, elevate, awareness, strength, cultivate, introspection, turbulence, reflection, ambiguity, valuable, deception, patience, wounded, manifestation, accumulation, blinded. I love this one. It's a crow. Rooted, blocked, impaled, preservation, combine, opposition, authoritarian, metamorphosis, defenseless, activation, rise up, flight, symmetry, multitask, cycles, doubt, and bound. That's the last card. So as you can see, like, the images are, the keywords are very expansive, I guess you would say. And this is a deck that the author thought to be for using when working with your shadow. So you have some like harder cards, like impaled or doubt or like stuck, defeat, deficiency, but they're supposed to kind of like tell you how it is and then lead you forward. So it's not a okay, it does look a bit like, you know, does look rough, but it's not really. It's very nurturing, actually, when it comes to the meaning of the cards, because yeah, it's supposed to help you to work with your shadow and not, you know, like depress you or something like that. So even if the images can be a bit rough and like hard to look at, they are also like, I don't know, like they're kind of like speaking to you as well. It's like, you know, like when you want to defend yourself, this is what you would do. So yeah, here you have the third eye for awakening. So it's not only the words that are speaking to you, but also the images. And I love the color palette of this deck. The fact that it's just so heavy metal and hardcore, and the backs, I mean, they're so lovely. I really like it. And it also has the metallic and holographic kind of, I don't know if this will be visible on my camera, but it's kind of like a holographic black to dark blue gilding. So yeah, it's a really nicely done deck. And also here it has the spot gloss on the box. So it's really nicely done. Okay, so I would like to show you some pairings with it. But before I do that, I have to show you one thing, because there was just a funny coincidence that when I was going to visit my fiancé to pick up this deck, I took with me a book, just to, you know, like, I just thought something light. Well, maybe it's not very light, but it's not, it's a fiction book, and I don't read fiction books enough recently because I'm trying to catch up with all the tarot studies and stuff like that. So I just decided to take something, some fiction book. So I took this one, and oh my god, like, just look at that, like spot gloss on the cover, and the imagery as well. And well, it's just a cover. Inside you only have a few illustrations, like this one, for example. That is also lovely. This is the Polish edition of the Call of Cthulhu, and this is kind of like 4 novels by H.P. Lovecraft in it, which is the Call of Cthulhu, the Shadow over Inmouth, the Whisper in Darkness, the Dunwich Horror, and the Color Out of Space. So yeah, because of that, I'm thinking about buying the Necronomicon deck, because I think it will be just like a perfect match as well. But not the one by Los Carabao. I think it's called Dark Grimoire. But the one by Insight Edition, I think it's the newest Necronomicon, because there's also one by Anne Stokes, but that's not the one. The one that I'm talking about also has like black borders and like very dark images. So yeah, that would be a nice match too, I think. What I took with me on my holiday was this deck. And well, first of all, I think that the bags themselves look pretty nice together. Like, this is almost the same color as this one. So, and you also have geometry and skulls. So yeah, it's a really cool matching deck. The front of the cards maybe are not a perfect match, but you have skulls and horns and bones, and also some pops of color that quite often match what you have here. So like here you would have like black with a little bit of brown, and here you have like black with a little bit of brown. And this is Antique Anatomy, the deck that I modified in my last video. So I just added the keywords here. And now those 2 decks are just super cool for me for just very quick readings, because I have the keywords here. I don't need the book to read with this deck. And here as well, you can just use the keyword and this little description of the card, and you're perfectly fine. Like I'm speaking to beginners as myself, because well, if you're like advanced tarot reader, you probably don't need the book anyway. So, but yeah, for me it's a big help to have those keywords here on both of the decks. So like even like the shape is kind of similar. Yeah, I don't know, I really like this. And I was working with those 2 decks because I didn't really have any other oracles or tarot decks that I wanted to work with. So I worked with those two for around 2 weeks, but not like every day because I didn't have time every day, but almost every day. What I found out is that there's like maybe not like synchronicities in the images, although those I also got quite a few. You have the colors, like here you have the red and the black, here you have also, and the gray here. But like I would very often find kind of the same phrasing of certain things in the descriptions of those cards and these, like in the book, but also like just in the keywords here. So yeah, those two decks for me, they just work so nicely together, and they, like when I was doing like a quick reading, I would just take one card of the from this deck and two tarot cards, and usually it was like that this deck was saying something, and this deck would answer yes and, or yes but. So one of the cards would be kind of like confirmation of what is on the oracle card, and the other one was just like adding something, some extra information, or something like yeah, okay, this is all fine, but you should be aware that this can happen as well. So yeah, that's just my well, second impressions from those two decks. Yeah, so sometimes it doesn't fit so well with the colors because there's a lot of pinks in this one, and there's no pinks in that one. There are purples though, and yellows and greens, and a lot of red. This is my favorite combo recently. And what other decks I tried just visually, because those I didn't really work with yet. So first of all, Terror of Vampyres. This one, I think that even the artwork is a little bit different. I think that they still work well together because the color palettes are very similar. So like all the colors are a little bit faded, not very bright. Like it's not maybe a perfect match, but I mean, for me it's good enough. And you know, having skeletons and vampires, it just fits. So here you have like this like 19th Gothic style, and here you have heavy metal, and also kind of like 80s, 90s. So I will have to try this one. But yeah, visually they just... it's a pleasure to look at them together. Okay, I don't have too much time today, so I will try to hurry a bit. The next deck is a Polish deck that I already showed. I'm not sure, Standout Decks 2023, I think. This is the Terror of the Mages, and this one, it's mostly the black border that's why I decided to pair them together. But I think that also like color palettes look pretty nice. I realized that for me the most important thing is the color palette, because if this clashes, then like the whole pairing just is not that satisfying as when the colors match. This is a peep deck with a lot of symbology and stuff like that. And yeah, the backs. Maybe not perfect match, but still the colors are quite faded on most of the cards. Some of them would have them a little bit brighter, but yeah, also, you know, like white text on black. I like that too. So this is also a pair that I would have to test soon. I really like this one. Okay, so that was Terror of the Mages. And the next one would be one that is a bit more known than the Polish one. So this is Outgrow Yourself, Tarot and Oracle by Äkta Spåman. I have no idea how to pronounce it in Swedish, sorry for that. So I etched mine in this yellow that is on the backs as well. Yeah, so this one you can use both as an oracle and because you have the meanings here, but you also can use it as a thought-based tarot deck. And this one is kind of, it is much brighter. The colors are much more vivid than the ones on the Shadow of Darkness. But you also have this like black and white text and background. And for me, this is kind of a combo of like masculine and feminine energies. So I don't know. I think it's very interesting visually, and it's also both of them are kind of hand drawn, so they also look pretty cool together. Even if the colors don't match perfectly, I still like this combination. Yeah. This deck is also very versatile, I found, because I was using it not only as a focus point card, but I would even do the readings like so I would take like one card for the focus, and then I would do something like that. So like I would take two tarot cards for each side. So let's say that this was like the power, and then you ask a question like, I don't know, like, do I have enough power, or what should I do to get more into power? And then, you know, you have two tarot cards and one from this one as a clarifier. And this oracle works like you can read either just what you have on the card, but you can also, like, for the focus card, you can read the message from the booklet, and then those used just as clarifiers, just using the keywords and the little messages. I used it like this because I didn't have any focus point oracle with me, so this one worked as both. You know, I like those two together. Also to be tested. And this is my last tarot deck that I paired with this one, and I have also two oracle decks that I wanted to show you. One of them would be Another deck by Sirian Shadow, which is the Haunted Manor. This is a Kickstarter deck. I have a walkthrough on my channel if you would like to see it. So it's very similar Oracle. It's 45 cards. One is bonus one for reaching the goal on Kickstarter. And yeah, it's also very dark. Black background, a lot of red. And but this one, well, although you know what, you could use it as a clarifier, so you could use it like either this way, although this is a nice like visually it's a nice focus point with the frame, and then just have like, you know, this one as a clarifier for the main message. Of course you can add some tarot as well, but yeah, I think those two would work nicely together as well. You also have like a lot of like scary things like gargoyles, and not that maybe not that gory as this one, but yeah, like this for example, Moon Cycles Awakening. Locket, cherish the moment with multitask and power. Yeah, I like those two together as well. Maybe those two and the Necronomicon tarot would work nicely as well. And then the last one is also an Oracle deck. It's the Mausolea, Oracle of Souls, illustrated by Jason Engle. And this is a Los Carabao deck. So this one I would definitely use as the focus point, because it's just like much more going on the cards. And for this one, well, I need to use the booklet because it's not very clear just from the image and the keywords. They're kind of contradictory. So you have bravery, self-discipline, and faith. They're kind of like three different aspects of things. What you could do maybe is to use those three keywords and just like for each of them get one card. So bravery, symmetry, self-discipline, blocked, and faith, nonconformist. That could be an interesting way to read those. But I think that visually they also look pretty nice because of those also like black borders, white letters, and those like faded colors. Yeah, I don't know. You see like the colors look really nice. Yeah. So this will be it. I hope you enjoyed the video and that you will get some kind of inspiration when pairing the decks, or maybe you would even buy this oracle, because I don't know, I thought that my favorite one is this one just a while ago, and I still love it. but I think that this one is now my favorite. And it's just like, it matches a lot of my decks as well, so that's helpful. It matches also like different styles of the decks, because this one being a bit more like photographic and having those red borders, I think this is a bit less flexible when it comes to matching other decks. Although this one with Terror of Vampyres, it's just the best match ever. Like, those two decks work perfectly together. But I don't know, if I would have to choose, I wouldn't know which one I prefer more. I think this one is a little bit easier to read because it has a bit more on the card. I know that some of you don't like the descriptions of the card on the cards themselves, but I think that those are so discreetly put that this doesn't really bother you when you're looking at the picture. And I like those big keywords like that. It's very heavy metal. So, and it's also a very inexpensive deck, so if you like it, if you think that you could use it for shadow work or other things, because I think that the keywords are so universal as well, that you could use it like just in like for everyday reading as well. Also both as focal card and the clarifier for other cards. Okay, thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye.